Many of the most popular Instagram influencers are women traveling the world. According to a new report from Booking.com, 72% of American women are choosing to travel solo. Other studies show demographic changes are making it easier to do that. According to the Pew Research Center, the age at which American women get married is on the rise. And according to the CDC, women are becoming mothers later in life, giving them more time to focus on their careers and individual life experiences, including travel. Earlier in the week, Vlad and I spoke to one of those globe-trotting women. Her name is Jessica Nabongo. She's on a mission to become the first Black woman to visit every country on the planet. We asked her how she got started on that journey.
So I have been to 151 of 195 countries.
Wow.
So she's pretty far along.
Yeah, pretty far along.
Much better than us. I love that you're doing this. I love that you are a Black woman doing this. My mom is a retired teacher. She's from Jamaica. And it took so much doing to encourage her to travel on her own. She was a single mom. She sacrificed for me. And I was like, you got to get out there. And now she's finally started and she's got the bug and she will not stop. Every year she's going someplace. So talk to me about, yeah, it's phenomenal. Talk to me about, how you came around to this quest.
So I've been traveling internationally since I was 4. I'm from Detroit, so Canada is across the street. But my parents are Ugandan immigrants, and they took us around the world when we were young. So we used to go home to Uganda. We used to travel to the UK to see family, Mexico, different holidays. And so when back in 2017, in February, I was in Bali with a friend of mine, and we were just having a conversation about life, and I told her, I was sort of searching for something to do with my life, and that's how I came about doing this journey. I've always wanted to go to every country in the world. I'm a geography nerd at heart, and so it just made sense for me to make this my mission.
So we mentioned the surveys that more women are enjoying traveling solo. That's a survey by Booking.com. Why do you think that that is the case now?
I definitely think that social media has a huge influence. I mean, I look at the questions that I get on my platform on a regular basis, and a lot of women are asking, is it safe? Where can I go and be comfortable by myself? And so I think with the rise of social media, in particular Instagram, where there's a huge focus on travel, that a lot of women are just more comfortable because they see other women doing it.
Yeah, and I think about my mother, but also about myself, sort of, because I'm a solo traveler as well. But there are all these sort of lessons that you learn about being a woman, and it's not just that you're vulnerable in unfamiliar places, but that it's inappropriate to sit alone at a bar, say, or eat by yourself, or all these sort of lessons that you have to kind of get over. But the payback is great because the benefits are unbelievable. Tell me about the benefits.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's the biggest thing for a lot of women. It's just like, get over it. Get over the fear of being alone. Get over the fear of sitting by yourself at dinner, because the benefits are huge. The biggest thing for me, what I love about traveling alone, is that I'm more inclined to meet strangers, because when you travel with your friends, you tend to focus on the friends that you're with, and you're spending time together, you're exploring together. But when you're alone, it forces you to talk to other people. It forces you to meet the local people in the country that you're visiting. And beyond that, you have more freedom, right? Of the 151 countries that I've been to, I've done 47 solo, and I'm flying out tomorrow to do Libya, Mauritania, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, and I'll be solo in all of those countries.
Wow.
Wow, that's incredible. And it's an interesting point that Anne-Marie makes about traveling solo and what it's like to be a woman traveling in different cultures, different traditions. But the other flip side of that is I think sometimes people in the West don't realize that the planet is actually way more brown than most people sometimes think, right? In other words, where you might feel sometimes perhaps as somebody who's alienated or other in certain countries, the majority of the planet, of those 195 countries, are going to be countries where people have skin very similar to yours.
Okay, I love that you brought that up. Obviously, I'm a Black woman, and I'm very aware of that everywhere that I go in the world. And one thing is that people always ask me which countries are safe for Black people. And I say, look, if you've survived living in America, which as a Black person can be difficult, then you'll be fine everywhere else in the world. Granted, yes, you can experience some racism in different places, but I always say the acknowledgement of your race is not always racism. I was in Uzbekistan. Most people have never heard of the country and certainly don't know where it is on a map. They almost never see Black people. So, of course, when I go there, they're taking pictures. They're curious, and that curiosity isn't racism. It's just them saying, "Hey, I've seen people that look like you on TV, but never in person." But I would say like 99% of my experiences are positive. As you mentioned, most of the world is brown and Black. And even in the places that aren't brown and Black, I've had wonderful reception. Like in the Middle East, I know a lot of Black people for some reason are afraid of the Middle East. That's one of my favorite regions to travel to outside of Africa. So yeah, definitely the race factor, I feel like, is not as big of an issue when you're traveling abroad as much as it is in the U.S.
So I find it interesting that it seems as if women are more enamored with the idea of traveling solo than men are. They're higher numbers. The numbers are going up for women compared to men. Why do you suppose that is?
I have to ask Vlad, but no. Honestly, I think a lot of it is, I know with a lot of the friends that I have that travel solo, a lot of them are single.
Right.
And don't want to wait for their friends. So a lot of people are just traveling alone because they're single. As far as men, this is something that boggles my mind. I run a boutique travel agency called Jet Black, and we regularly host group trips, and we almost never have men. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of times, a lot of men are traveling to meet women. That's what I've heard from men. But yeah, I'm not sure why men aren't traveling as much as women.
It's an interesting question. I did a piece a couple of years ago for CBS This Morning on a travel site called Travel Noir, which is for African-American travelers around the world, and they had a similar experience. I got to ask you a cheeky question, Jessica. Most people who travel around the world generally backpack, but I'm looking at some of your pictures that are Instagram ready. You look great in some of these. You're wearing local attire. You've got these like dramatic like vistas behind you.
She's not slumming it.
Yeah,
I was going to ask you about, how do you afford to do all of this?
Right? You look good, girl.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I have never been a backpacker. I have never owned one of those backpacks. It's just not in my nature. So I'm certainly not slumming it. I think, to each their own. I wish I could travel like that because it's way cheaper. But it's just not something that I enjoy. I know there's a couple I know, and they're traveling with just 10 kilos of luggage each. And I'm like, how? Like my photography equipment is 10 kilos.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. As far as how I afford it, like I run my travel agency, I had a lot of savings, and I partner with hotels and other brands. So a lot of times, like my hotel stays are free, which is great, and I'm so humbled by that. And beyond that, I also have like a support page, and a lot of my followers have contributed. Over 500 people have contributed to the journey, so that has certainly helped. I still have 44 countries left, so I'm still looking for like partners and sponsors, but I'm going to get it done.
Awesome. What's your Instagram handle?
Yeah.
The Catch Me If You Can.
That's pretty cool.
We are soaking up your pictures. Every one of them looks fabulous.
Jessica, thank you. Good luck on your travels. We'll look for your pictures.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too.